I kind of like the furry shows.
So greetings and aloha, it's Mike from livemyassoff.com. I am with Gracie. We are at the Grand Palace. Now, we were here in December. In fact, Christmas Day, I believe, we got here and we left 4 days later, I think, a few days before New Year's, where we were then in Vietnam. So, I wanted to start off by saying thank you to Thailand. This place is absolutely beautiful. I'll show you some pictures. And again, there's many YouTube videos. All you have to really do is type in Grand Palace, and I'm sure this is basically what will come up. But truly, it's spectacular. It's truly grand. And if you don't know, it's in downtown. I don't know why I keep saying that. It's in Bangkok. And it is open from about 8:30 in the morning till I think 4 in the afternoon. And they have a couple of rules that are actually very appropriate. The more important one is pants, covering the legs and shoulders. And you can't just wear a scarf or a shawl over a sleeveless top. You need to actually have a shirt. For the ladies, and women can wear like a wrap around their legs, whatever. But again, it's been like 3 or 4 years since I've been here. The last time we were here, we went to Wat Pho, as well as Wat Arun on the other side of the river, but didn't come to the Grand Palace because in December it had basically been less than 2 months after the death of the king, and so it was very busy here. People were paying an enormous amount of tribute, and it was something that I thought, well, it's probably more appropriate that the Thais go there right now than a whole bunch of tourists. Because my appreciation for this, while I do have an appreciation for the Thai culture as well as the royal family and their style of leadership and that sort of thing, I am not Thai, and so I really shouldn't be taking that away from the Thais. And the best I can do, actually, I forgot my black ribbon, which is a bummer for me, but the best that I've been doing is wearing the black and white bracelets that I got sometime in let's see, I think it was mid-November when I was in Pattaya with my friend Ben, and we were at a bar, and I asked, or a restaurant bar, and I asked the waitress, this place that we love to go to called Tiggle Bitties. I'll actually put the link below because the hamburgers are absolutely amazing. And we always have hamburgers, French fries, apple pie a la mode when I go there. So hello, Ben, if you're watching. Miss you, man. And kudos for all of the amazing stuff that you're doing in Cambodia with the school there. So anyway, so pants, shirt as you're coming in. I'll show you a screenshot of a couple of very simple recommendations that I highly agree with. And, at the end of the day, it's like, don't be an idiot, right? But it's also like, realize that, not every single person in the land of smiles, just because they're smiling, is here to do something for fun and for free for you. So, yeah, if they tell you, no, the palace is closed today, but I will take you on a 2,000 baht tour of whatever. Just don't do that. Unless you don't mind. I mean, if you're like, hey, whatever, you know what? For 1,000, 2,000 baht, who cares? I'm going to go wherever a cab takes me, and it could be an adventure. So, I mean, no judgment. But I would just caution you that if you don't want to do that, they don't close the palace. And you don't need to go on a special tour to come in here. You can, for sure, get a tour from people outside who are tour guides, and that is additional money. But as you can also see here, their tours are free, and that was the kind of tour that I had last time I was here. And so it is about 12:30, and so we're going to walk around for a little bit in the shade, and then come back to that stand at 1:30 and go for the tour. The last time I did it, it was great. Let's see, another caution I had that I just shared with Gracie was that when I was here, the only sort of disappointment or yelling actually that I heard from a Thai person was when a Chinese person was taking a picture of one of the statues, be it Buddha or otherwise, and they put their hand on it, you know, kind of like, you know, resting their hand sort of thing to take a picture. They frown on that. And that was very disrespectful. I didn't know that, so I was sort of grateful to be able to learn from someone else's mistake. I was, you know, sad for them that they had to go through that public embarrassment, but it was nice to have learned that, so I'm passing it along to you. So anyway, so we're gonna walk around and try and stay as cool as possible. I would submit it's probably 90, 95. The humidity is excessively Thai, and it is Bangkok in September, so it is monsoon season. It is today. The weather is really spectacular, and quite frankly, if you guys know anything about me, you know that I love this. So anyway, we're going to be quiet here and relax for a little bit. Before we go and experience the Grand Palace. Hi, Mom. So in case you're wondering what makes it grand, many of these is the short answer. This temple is spectacular behind me here. And then this thing with all gold, I mean, it really, you can't make this stuff up, right? I mean, it's one of those things that I don't even think Disney has replicated to the point of you having the same feeling. I've been here, I think this is definitely my second time, if not my third time here. And actually the cool thing is I've only been here by myself before. So that's cool. I get to share it with her. She's cool. Big fan. So over here, and I'll tell you, it's funny because this is low season. But what I read is that tourism in Thailand increases like 15 to 25% every quarter. I believe the majority of that increase is due to Chinese tourism, which is huge groups of people, as you can see. But the good news is that, as I showed you before, is the free tours are in English. So with any luck, we will be in the minority and have a very nice tour. So, not being the guy that, like, you know, spends really any time or money on my videos other than to just sort of wax philosophically via phone, I'm not going to, you know, show you guys really anything here in the sense that I can't do it justice. It's impossible. And if I do that, then honestly, I'll just make less of it. This and the reclining Buddha, and actually a couple other things in Thailand as far as big tourist sort of things, you gotta come. You can't just like watch a video or watch a PBS special or something, because at least in my experience, it's not just the enormity and the level of spiritual excess, actually, which is, and I say excess in a good way, that's here, but there's a feeling that at least I get when I'm here, and I can't get that no matter how much of an awesome Samsung curved TV I buy. Now here's the other thing that I will share with you is that I just checked the weather, and Google tells me that we are in for thunderstorms, or light rain followed by thunderstorms. And so far, I believe, Google believes that's correct. But right now, looking at this sky, it's not indicating that. Now, the good news though is that I don't have my laptop with me. However, my bag is hardly waterproof, but I do have a couple phones in there. but I could put those in plastic bags that I have. So basically, we could just stand outside in the rain, which would be welcomed in this temperature. If, quite frankly, the only real benefit would be the lack of direct sun, because once you get in the shade, once you get in the shade, or there's a nice breeze, I find it nice, but the humidity is excessive. It's like 82% humidity. Google tells me the temperature is 82. It feels like about 95, but again, that's what I come here for. That's what I like. So anyway, just checking in from the Grand Palace. Come here if you do. The best time literally is in the morning when they open the doors. My experience is the coolest experience is to take the boat here. But yeah, if you get here at like 8:30, 9 o'clock, then it's pretty sweet. Plus, you get the first free tour in English. So anyway, enjoy.
Video.
So I think I might have mentioned how, I've done some faux pas since I've been here. In fact, it's funny. So right there is the temple of the Emerald Buddha. First time I went in there, when I was kneeling down, the way I was kneeling down, I had my legs crossed, and I didn't realize that my feet were supposed to be behind me, basically kneeling down. And so gratefully someone came over and said, no, don't sit that way. And, they understood, okay, this guy's a tourist, he doesn't know. But one of the things I've realized over the last 3 to 4 years is that there's so much information available on YouTube that they're kind of losing interest in the happy ignorance that Phraya might have coming here. Now that said, they're still very welcoming to it, and they realize this is a wicked tourist spot or whatever right here. But what I wanted to share with you, and the reason I'm under this thing, is what you'll see here in a website that I think is really fantastic, which is Knowing Buddha. KnowingBuddha.org. And there's some, Buddha's not for decoration, respect is common sense. And while you might think it's common sense, especially if you're Thai or if you've been over here before, it's not necessarily common practice. And so one of the things that I really have a lot of respect for is let's see, so they have books here. Anyway, what I would recommend is going to knowingbuddha.org. It'll take you literally like 5 to 10 minutes, and the knowledge you'll get from it goes a long way, especially with the Thais. And, at the end of the day, it's their country, right? The fact that they're even learning English really is gracious. So anyway, we're going to head out. It is absolutely hot today, and it's even a little too hot for me. But once I get in the shade, then, of course, it's actually okay. But I also realize that if I don't consume water, then I'm just basically going to be reactive and taking care of my health and not proactive. And we've all seen videos of me in a hospital in the third world country. And while that might be mildly entertaining and economically interesting for the insurance companies that I pay to keep me safe, it's not a good way of taking care of myself. So we're going to definitely go get some water. That's an easy thing to come by. And the other nice thing about it is the fact that you hear and see these videos about, say, watch out for Thailand when you go over there. They're going to take advantage of that sort of thing. Okay, first of all, I've never experienced any of that. Let me just say that. But secondly, the fact that it is 100 degrees outside and they're selling bottled water for 30 cents, 10 baht, is epic. Because I can tell you right now that if you're at SeaWorld in San Diego and it's this warm and you want to buy some water, tough luck, buddy. Yeah, so that's the Grand Palace. Yeah, so we're going to do some video of that right now. So I'm going to stand behind everyone here for no other reason than I'm tall and I can go over them. But secondly, I don't want to stand in front of anyone's pictures. And really, it's sort of interesting, actually, to experience everyone else taking pictures. So anyway, so this is the Grand Palace. Now, inside of the temples are there's a special area, actually, that I realized, which is in respect to the remains of the king. I didn't realize that was in there. And there's a part of me that doesn't really want to talk about it a whole lot, because again, I really do respect the fact that they're very respectful of their king, of the royal family, and that sort of thing. So anyway, so I just wanted to take some video here. Again, I don't care if I had a 4K video camera to do this. You can't experience it here, and you certainly can't get the feelings from this if you're here. So I'm telling you, spend the 500 baht or whatever it takes, like 200 baht to get here. You could, there and back, and then 500 baht to get in. Totally worth it. And with that, we are going to head out. So, and the other nice thing too is every single time I've come here, it's like a mild triumph that when I leave, there's more people than when I got here, because it can get really, really crowded. And I mean, it is September, which you could argue is low season, and it is absolutely really, really packed. This is the entryway, by the way, and it's, as you can see, it's very little lines here. It goes very fast, and it's 500 baht per person. But what I wanted to show you is once you exit from there, where I just came from, again, you know, this is referred to as low season, okay? And it is packed. What I've discovered, though, and I remember Gracie telling me this, because I remember I asked her, I said, okay, so like what's high season, you know what? And she's like, well, you know, I mean, there's more people potentially in December and January. But also, I mean, Chinese New Year is like January, February, and that's absolutely packed. And I've heard people, many people actually describe the Chinese and even the Koreans, they basically have no low season. They vacation year round. No, I'm okay. And you know, and that's pretty evident certainly by being here right now. And you know, you can experience us here swimming upstream. I would highly recommend you bring an umbrella. It certainly doesn't hurt. They fit in your pocket. And if the weather report that I got on the internet is true, we'll be needing this in a couple hours when the thunderstorms show up. But we'll see. So that was basically that's the Grand Palace. And again, I recommend you get here at the times that they had the. Okay, so we're gonna walk around these people. Oh, are they done? Okay, cool. So, recommend you get here at the times of the free tour. It's well, okay, a free tour if you want it in English. I will tell you that, I mean, just look at the amount of people that are coming here. There's got to be 5 to 6 times as many people coming right now. And it is the hottest part of the day for the next 2 to 3 hours. Thank you. Look at that. Got my own fan going on right there. She's a big. It's video, so we made it back to the boat. Super easy. It's hot, and our legs are kind of hurting. So we got a couple drinks, and we're heading back basically to the BTS station. From there, we're going to cruise back to near our apartment. We're going to get foot massages for 250 baht for an hour, which is awesome. Chill out, and then at about 5:30, we're going to walk over to what's it called? It begins with a V. No, the rooftop bar near our place. It's like a 15-minute walk. Anyway, we're going to go over there, and we're probably going to have a glass of water that costs 3 times what our 1 hour leg massage costs. But again, it's to celebrate the V2 visa. Viva America. And again, I'm going to go through all the steps that she basically had to go through. That was a team effort. I did some stuff online. She did a lot of footwork. Each time we tried it, it's like $170, so that's like pretty reasonable. But it takes time. So anyway, I'll go through that. Talk to you soon, guys. And just like that, we're off the boat and back from the river down there. Oh, okay. So if you can see it, the Ferris wheel in the far distance, that's Asia Teak. And we'll go down there at some point after 4 p.m. someday. We could have. I mean, it's about 2, I think, right now. So yeah, we could wait 2 hours and then maybe cruise down there and that sort of thing. But considering we had planned on doing that and then being back at home around now anyway, now's a good time. The clouds are coming in, so in fact we may get that rain that they were discussing. Interestingly enough, where we are coming back on the pier, this area right here, this is actually where you get the Asiatique riverboat shuttle. As you can see, yes, in fact, 4 p.m. is when it starts. So, whatever website I was looking at that said, yeah, it's open at 10 a.m. Wrong. So, whatever. But I'll tell you, we made the best of it. and it was hardly uncomfortable. So now we're gonna head back on BTS. I need to charge up my rabbit passes. I think I have like 21 baht left on it, and as far as I know from here, 2 or 3 stops, it should probably only be 20 baht anyway. But I don't like to, you know, and considering we're gonna be back here in November for 3 weeks, there's a part of me that's like, I'm gonna put like 1,000 baht on each one. But you know what though, to be fair, I don't know if it expires. So if it like goes away after 30 days, that would bother me. So I think I'll put 300 baht on each one. I think I have like 500 and 100 in my pocket. So we'll go do that and head back, and then foot massages, right? Yeah. And then hopefully we won't fall asleep early. Because what I'd like to do is go to a rooftop bar. Huh? Yeah, later, or it depends kind of what you want for dinner. There's a part of me that just kind of wants to eat street food. Okay. Right? Because it's good.
It would be cool.
Yeah, and in fact, heading back from Klong Tui, when we head back from Klong Tui on MRT, there's some street food folks like right in front of 7-Eleven. So we may grab some food there. So anyway, thanks for joining us for the journey. I'm back later. Ciao.